probably for the entire O.
Um,
Wait, are we live?
yes, we are live now.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay, we're live now. Yeah. Well.
Hello and
Um.
welcome to ISC Week 5. This is Paracrone, and I'm here joined with Luminios.
Hey. Um. Yeah.
We're here to
Last week, right?
we're here to cast KDCM versus Mantra. And let's see, why don't you give us the rundown of ISC, please?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. So we are in the last week of ISC. That means we are playing all new maps all over again. So for the first drop, which has a limit of 250 tons and has a lock-ons banned, we are playing Emerald Vale. Please note that KDCM is Team 1 for this, and this map is not going to be played from both sides. This is a one-off. We're also only playing with 3 caps. Those are going to be Epsi, Theta, and Kappa. Um, yeah, so what we usually see on this map is that the teams are going to one of the ridges and then are looking towards Theta. Like it's usually Epsi Theta play or Kappa Theta play. And then the rest of the map game kind of develops from there. But sometimes teams also just push into the center and try to you just get a jump on someone. We saw Emerald Vale in ISC 2 years ago, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I guess a bunch of people probably still remember. XPLs had just been buffed, and there was a lot of Kintaros and spiders running over the place. And when those were the mechs being played, teams usually just ran into the center to kill each other, because obviously those weapons only have like 500 meters optimal. But I think we are in a very different state of balance right now. Like LXPL is certainly not the meta for the fast drops anymore. So maybe we see like cicadas or like assassins. Obviously, we also have the star of last year's ISC, the Trebuchet 5J with Giga Duration, um, Blackjack 1X, Blackjack Arrow, the Crabs. There's a lot of stuff uh, that we might see. Um, but yeah, I'm really curious to see what is going to be. Now, we've seen a bunch of different strats played by Mantra um, over the tourney, so they could really do anything. Maybe they SRAM rush, maybe they play very controlly, more like the old school Mantra style. I mean, they can't bring lock-ons, so no knock and LRM boat strats. But other than that, everything is really on the table for them. And KDCM, while kind of infamous for playing very aggressive strats, could also just play something a bit more skirmishy, a bit more long range, very easily. Yeah. Have you seen any other games of this week been played,
Not
Perry?
not this week. I've not had the chance.
Honestly, me neither. But I mean, as I said, like it has already been played in ISC, so um, I'm curious to see how much has really changed. Um, I also remember one drop I played on this where both teams went to the same ridgeline. I think in this case it was Epsi side, and one team was brawl, the other was long range, and
Hmm.
the long range team just kept running into them instead of falling back, even though the push was scouted.
Yeah,
Um, happens.
they're right to scout out what the other team is doing exactly. communicate it to your team, and then do the appropriate response. We have seen a lot of from both of these teams, but um, sometimes maybe the wrong reads. I mean, that happens to every single team, including ours.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
So,
it's not easy
mm-hmm,
reacting quickly, and like you probably practiced the drop a couple times, right? So you're kind of in the rhythm of doing it a certain way. And then when something upsets that routine,
right.
sometimes people are too slow to react to that. Um, so yeah, I actually want to kind of keep track of a couple of Mac picks throughout
Mm-hmm,
this series, and those would be like assassins, Janus, and cicadas, I think.
right.
Um, I I don't think Macs like the Bull Shark or the Atlas are as universally useful for these drops for this week. So like if we're going to see Bull Sharks or Darker, I would expect it to be on Crucible. It doesn't really fit on Caustic that well. Caustic is too large and too open.
Yeah,
And the reverse is also true with ER large max and Gaussian large max being really good on Caustic, but Crucible is kind of too closed for that, like not long range enough. You really need very specialized max if you do want to trade on there. Um, but I feel like the fast skirmishy light play that we have seen through this tournament, that is like very useful no matter the map. Because they all have a certain size. Like nothing is as crammed in as Frozen City Night was. So yeah, we can. These mechs are the ones that I kind of think we are going to see a lot of. Like I would be surprised if we don't see a total of 6 of these per team over the drops. Also, both teams are in the lobby now, so like we are going to also get going kind of soon. I hope.
mm-hmm,
I can't wait. Like I've said it in the last stream we did together as well. Like Mantra just does something different every drop, so I'm a bit hyped. I want to see them whether they play some weird stuff like last week again.
yes. I am very
With Strat,
much, yeah, I'm looking forward to
yeah,
seeing what Mantra does.
yeah. I mean, as I said, like usually you play Kappa Theta or Epsi Theta on this map, but it would be kind of funny if they tried Kappa Epsi.
Mm-hmm,
I don't think it's a good strat for this map because well, more rather I would rather say it's not a good strat for this tonnage because like everything can move very quickly and there is no salt mech you can usually just leave behind.
yeah,
So it is a bit more difficult to actually split the team in a way where you're not just playing 3 versus 6 twice.
right. And yeah, I wonder how many missiles we see, if we see more rockets, or possibly if we see thunderbolts.
I mean, for the first drop, it could be
Oh,
rockets.
right.
I
Not for, okay. I
I'm
meant,
not
I was
100%
meaning in
sure.
general, but I guess, yeah, thunderbolts couldn't be that long range support, so, right. Um, I'm
Yeah, I
just
think
imagining an
if
Epsi
we were
Kappa
seeing,
hold and how they could support, but we'll
I
see.
think rockets struggle a bit against fast movers,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. Um, Walk-on's first drop doesn't mix.
Yeah.
I
No.
think we might see if we see Thunderbolts, I would expect them on Crucible. Like it's a more closer range map.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there are some positions where you could use indirect fire to get hits in
Yes.
where other types of mechs couldn't.
Right.
I think Caustic is a bit too large for Thunderbolts. You might see Lerms,
Mm-hmm.
and if arrows were already legal, you
Yeah.
might see arrows, but I don't think Thunderbolts are going to be the play on Caustic.
Right. Um, well, Looking at the stats, Mantra Mantra's had 2 wins against us and against CFX. KDCM had two to three games against those teams, so there were close losses. Omit and Cole though have been dominant this tournament and beat both teams, and we'll be playing Omit next week, tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's interesting though that I think Cole has beaten all the other teams to 0 or to 1.
Yeah,
But against Mantra, they actually lost 2 drops. So
right. Yes.
despite Mantra being like 1 win behind Omen right now, I think they still, like, just by taking the most drops off of Cole, they've shown that their strats are actually
Yeah.
like really impactful and can do a lot. Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting, not just for this tournament, but like going forward, because like people were already like, oh, every deck has to be capable of defending against NSR, right? And if people actually start playing more strats, then oh yeah, we're going to push into mid range and then play Lasvom, or oh, this is a darker push. Oh, this is NSR. Oh, this is standard, and so on. Like if more out there strats actually become more common, that might uh, like either just put more constraints on deck building in general, or I mean, what would be even nicer, they just break it open so that people don't like feel as constrained anymore. But I think it's probably going to be the former rather than the latter.
Yep. Well, looks like the teams are almost ready. KDCM on Team 1 got Jay, Zonaron, Ormangundr, Giggity Giggity Goo, Giggity Giggity Goo, Bowser, and Stool Softener on.
Yeah, I think interesting with that lineup is Yom, as far as I know, is like a long range specialist. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe KDCM is actually playing something a bit longer ranged. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I distinctly remember Yom as like an assault pilot. And I remember from the Div as tournaments that we've played that it's always been the joke that he and Snack are both like playing trade usually and have to get along to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
so Jay always picks both of them so that they have to deal with each other.
Okay, well, they're in Charlie. Charlie Team 1 is towards the Epsilon side, and Team 1 is
Mm.
locked. So now Team 2, this is Mantra with not Xander Peach and Red Goes to Fasta.
They both locked.
They're
We
locked
can
with
go.
Cal Serenicate, Wentler, Trim Zelysis, and Leon.
Yeah, and they are in Bravo Alpha, so they are positioned more for Kappa side. But I mean, all the mechs that we are going to see are probably faster than 100 kph. So, like, yeah, the lances kind of do matter for getting into position more quickly. But at the same time, this is not a cap game. It's not about who can get Theta first and then you win or lose the game off of that, right?
Right. Okay, so which side are you on? Do you want to take... You should go to the opposite side when you load in.
I'm on Gamma right now. Do you
Okay.
want me to go to
Yeah,
Sigma?
go to Sigma. Okay,
Yeah,
on
I'm hurrying a lot, but
Mantra.
this
Oh, you can
is
click on the map.
complicated.
Sorry,
I'm doing everything
you
on
can
the
click on the
Gamma.
map. Not Xander Peach in a Blackjack Arrow Guntler and a Trebuchet. The Red Goes Faster and a Panther 9R. Not Cal in a Trebuchet, right? And then Trem and Leon also in Jenners. Or not also in Jenners, but anyways. Go ahead.
Yeah, for KDCM, we have an assault mech in the first drop. It's a Cyclops S. I'm assuming it is going to be Warrior 5, and it is. And it's piloted by Bowser. Um, Other than that, KDCM has 3 times the Mask Irby. I think it has 9 energy hardpoints or so. The build they are running is 4 medium pulse and 5 ear small laser. For those that don't know, these lasers actually sync in range. So it's like a mid-range vomit thing. I mean, mid-range. It's very short range, right? It's like 280 meters optimal. And then finally we have a Vindicator 5L, that's the loyalty variant from last year, and the Commando DO3, that is the compact gyro small. And yeah, we see Mantra setting up on the Kappa Ridge, while KDCM is kind of moving towards Theta. Slowly-ish. I mean, they have a lot of power invested into that Sleipnir, so they really wanted to get it in range. And kind of once it gets to like the middle of Echo 4, it will be at, I think, about 700-800 meters. Let me actually jump into Bowser's perspective to see what he's doing. Okay, right now, he's just waiting behind Delta 4. I guess KDCM having 2 caps are kind of just waiting for something to happen at the moment.
Right.
Target spotted.
So, Mantra has to move off of this hill at some point.
They will have to do that sooner or later, but at the same time, they have the range advantage. They
Right.
can also, like, this is a tournament that rarely comes down to caps, so they can take like 3-4 more minutes, just whittling down the max of KDCM they can see, and then make the push.
Right. But as of now, not many hits. A little bit of damage on Stool Softener.
KDCM is playing this patiently, but and they do know that that Mantra is shifting towards the Fox 2 ridge, part of the ridge. They do spot them, but at the same time, whenever you spot something, it can also see you, so there are definitely opportunities for Mantra to shoot them. But at the same time, like, it's only 900 meters between them and the Sleipnir right now, and ISC8 have an optimal range of 690 meters.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
That being said, Bowser only has enough ammo for 1000 damage, so like, if he shoots too much at range, he might actually run out.
Right. It seems like they are letting the Vindicator do most of the work. With ERPPC, no ammo to worry about.
Yeah, but it also has already lost like 12% of its
Right,
health,
well
right?
that's why. So, just seems like...
Meanwhile, all the Mantra mechs are really fresh. Like, they're all still above 90%.
P12. Ammo. Okay, the Mantra is moving through Mount Xander Peach, jumping up to get a new angle.
I think a lot of the damage that Mantra is inflicting on KDCM also just comes from strikes.
I'm pretty sure that not Xander Peach just put a strike on himself, but yes, he did. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, that happens.
It happens. I've done that a lot. I'm glad I managed to catch that with Spectator. Caster's Curse. Okay, Gwentler, 90%.
Ooh, that was a couple of good hits on Not Xander Peach. I think the Sleipnir hurts.
Yeah.
Even at 800 meters. It really hurts.
Nothing
When he's
open yet.
exposing again, like, he might not have seen where Bowser was specifically, so he didn't know whether he had cover.
The Cyclops is being fairly conservative with its ammo. It's not spamming shots. It's waiting to make sure.
But it's it has already spent 10%
Yeah.
of its ammo, so like even just a little bit of shooting at 900 meters.
So we are basically at half of the way to 750. I mean, not yet, but this is why Mantra is having to make this move, because it can't really wait any
But they
longer.
can still wait for a long time.
Target spotted.
Not in the Peach, red armor though. Like he just got shot by Bowser so many times now. I think I mean he is probably the most range focused mech on Mantra's team, but he still should
Well,
like not peak like that.
he's going back to the I forget the grid.
Fox 2 ridge?
The Fox 2 ridge as his team pushes in. So he will be the
Yeah.
range support.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good decision.
KDCM shifting away.
Yeah.
Bowser still preserving armor.
It's still like 4 or 5 minutes before KDCM wins off the caps.
Mm-hmm. Theta being capped.
Mantra is playing it right now, I think. Though if KDCM just pounces right now, that could be really bad for KDCM.
Oh.
Tramzelis's left torso getting weak.
Oh, he got shot in
Only
the back
67%.
as he ran out.
The
KDC
urban mechs are pushing. Bowser kind of alone on the right side. MPL Genesis are kind of scary as well, though. And they have Overwatch from the arrow, so it is dangerous. But the Sleipnir is getting closer and closer. If that thing gets around the corner and has cover from the arrow, this is going to be really bad for Mantra. Oh, actually, he will probably just kill the arrow.
fights going on both sides. Trimzillus is down. Jay finishes him. But Jay is down.
And then, yeah. Zoneron in the commando, really tanky.
Cal is down.
He is getting attention from the arrow right now. And Bowser's just waiting for non-Zender Peach to peek again.
Leon down. More for Mantra down. Mantra very hurt, only 3 left. KDCM were able to push in together with the Cyclops. Except for the
Commander's still
Cyclops.
alive.
Gwentler is down.
Yeah. So now it's just Bowser waiting for non-Zender Peach. No, actually not. For the red. The red is the... Is it the red in Zender Peach? It
Yeah,
is
the
Zender
red.
Peach. He's CT. Still has 8,000 rounds of light machine gun ammo. I think that is probably a bit more than he will need.
Alexander Peach is 1 touch right now. CT.
Actually, the interesting thing is going to be whether Zoneron gets killed by either the Panther or Zender Peach. The Urban Mech, played by Yorm, is also open CT. Stool Softener is also open CT. Giggity actually has both his side horses about to blow. Blackjack goes down.
Ooh, but gets Zoneron.
The red gets Zoneron. Yeah.
Oh, here's Giggity.
Oh,
Gets Yorm and then
he gets Yorm. Yep.
Yeah.
Good job, KDCM. You're able to preserve their mechs, despite being outranged by a lot of Mantra. Mantra did a pretty good push in, but KDCM shifted away and then attacked. Indicator 442 damage. That was pretty important to chipping down Mantra and keeping them at bay for the first half of the game. 1 kill for Jay, Bowser, Jormungandr, 2 kills for Giggity, and 1 kill for Zoneron. And 3 kills for The Red Goes Faster and the Panther, 440 damage. 434 for Gwentler. So, yeah, that was a light drop.
Yeah. Next drop is Caustic. One thing I think is actually interesting in that drop, I think a lot of the strategy of and did you put up the
Yep.
tactics? The can I draw? Okay. So a lot of the strategy of mantras dependent on the blackjack arrow with the 3 larges. Well, not
Wait.
maybe not the strategy, but in the game, the thing that they had to do, right?
Wait, what
Whittle
map is
down.
it? I don't see, I see Emerald.
It's caustic. It's caustic. It has
Okay,
to be
I still
caustic.
see Caustic. Okay, there it is.
Oh, okay.
Now I
That
see
is
yeah, now I see
okay.
Caustic.
And now it should be emerald. Can you switch to emerald?
Oh?
Wait, I should just switch it to presentation mode, I think. Oh, it is presentation mode.
Yeah, I see
So do you
Emerald.
see emerald right now?
Yes,
Okay.
there's
So
Caustic.
yeah, but no.
Oh, sorry,
I
you
mean
want
in
to
the
talk
game.
about
In
Emerald.
the
Alright,
you
alright.
have to do the drop stuff in
I'm
the game.
sorry, you wanted to talk about it. Never mind. I was trying to go to the
Yeah.
next one. Go ahead.
Yeah, you have to switch the map in the game, is what I'm saying, in the lobby.
I will,
You
I
have the
will. I'm doing that now.
Okay. Okay, yeah, blackjack. Because like KDCM got Epsi, got Theta, and then they were just hiding like Bowser over here, then the Urban Max all over the place. Vindicator up here in Delta 3. Right, they had Theta on lockdown. Epsi was way too far for Mantra Max to get there unnoticed, and would probably also have just caused a push if they do that. So Mantra has the high ground though, and generally their max also had better range, right? They had 2 traps. They had the Panther, which is basically the same build, and they had the Arrow. The Janus, by the way, they had 2 Janus. Let's just note that down. The Janus were medium pulse laser, if I remember correctly. So they couldn't really do much, but the remaining 4 mechs of Mantras outrange all the mechs of KDCMs except the Cyclops and the Vindicator. And the Vindicator doesn't really have the power to just punch holes into them, right? But despite that being the case, like the Blackjack only got, I think, 180 damage. So maybe there was a lot of like invisible walls or clipping or something. But that must be a bit disappointing when it's kind of like your game state, kind of where you have to shine. But yeah, I think Mantra still had some time left before they decided to like drop down, push in, like get close, and then fall back behind the Echo 3, Echo 4 area. They might have just done it a bit too early, or maybe their focus fire wasn't that great, but they kind of also got split in an unusual way, I will say, because after they got close to the center, KDCM pushes in, and then the fighting kind of goes on in this general area. But meanwhile, Bowser's pushing down Delta 3, and whenever Xenopeach in the Blackjack up here tries to peek, he just gets shot in the face by Bowser. So their range support is out of the fight, can't really do anything, and the Cyclops just pushes up. I think he kills some other guy, and then he goes and suppresses the Blackjack at the same time. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know though. At the same time, how much more chip damage can you really expect to get before it's just a go by KDCM? I think they still had a minute or 2 more, but I don't know if that would have changed the outcome. The thing is, the mech that they needed to damage most was... I mean, I'm just going to say it's the Sleipnir. I don't know that that is necessarily true, but it was certainly the mech that ruined the final stage of the game for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very large tonnage investment, but for Ultra 5s is a lot of pinpoint, especially on a medium for a light.
Yeah, yeah. It's also that Bowser kind of got exactly the matchup he wanted to have,
Hmm.
right? Like I mean, Genas are also kind of big.
Yes.
Actually, now that I think about it, like most of the mechs on Mantras are of a size where you're fine shooting them with UAC5s.
Okay.
If they had something smaller, it would have been a bit annoying, but especially the Blackjack is not a medium that is good at withstanding assault firepower. Like
Okay.
some mediums
They're
are really good at
they're
spreading
locked in now.
damage, just evading it. Oh, they're locked?
Oh yeah, they're team 1 is locked. Team 2 is almost locked. So we might want to swap
Okay.
to.
Like it's a bit more difficult with a Panther, with a Blackjack, right? You got shot. That's kind of bad for you, I guess, but nothing you can do. I mean, not nothing. The arrow has jump jets. You can do some things, but it's tough. You're not a particularly tanky mech. Let's
Okay.
put it like that.
Launching.
Okay. Yeah, just because I had a radio cast, like
I know. I'm
other
paying
week.
attention. Don't worry about it. Just
Yeah.
flip it to caustic. Okay, because it's kappa and gamma, so we're off to the sides of the spawns. Okay.
Yeah, same thing as last year.
Yep.
That doesn't mean the other side doesn't get played though.
Right.
It's a lane that gets pushed. I'm not going to say that it gets pushed a lot, but it is definitely something that happens. Actually, more than pushes around the down the 3 line, because the 3 line is usually where people actually are looking, while the 6 line you can get much closer before getting noticed.
Okay, well, on KDCM we have Bowser and a Highlander heavy metal with 3 ER large and a Gauss rifle, Jormungandr with Vulcan 2T with 3 ER large, 3 LMG. Going towards Gamma, we have Rhoda and a Longbow overcharge with ER large and smalls, Stool Softener with 2 ER PPCs and smalls, and Zonaron and Jay also with Phoenix Hawks, so they have brought range.
Okay. Yeah, Mantra is playing 2 Vindicator 5Ls, probably the build that we just saw KDCM use in the last match, so ERPPCs and smalls. 2 Corsairs, 7A. That's probably 2 Gauss and 3 ER larges, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, 3 ER larges. That you can play 4 right now, I think. Like it's easily playable. Not the build that I prefer for it, but it's good.
Uh-oh.
And then last but not least, we also have 2 Raven 4X. Those are usually snub, and since they are playing around Theta, I would assume that these are also indeed snub. And they are, like 2 snubs.
Yep. Gwentler in his Corsair is getting pushed by KDCM. They pushed around the Gamma cap side. They pushed through Gamma. Corsair's had to pull back into cover to get a little more support.
They're playing that side very aggressive. That's
Slices.
good to see. They're actually using the speed of the overcharge. And yeah. I mean, it looks like they weren't fast enough to stop Mantra from getting into position. But Mantra really only has two big traders. I mean, I guess so does KDCM. But KDCM, I mean, it really only has one, right? The longbow is the only like trader in the conventional sense. Like the Highlander is just a bigger Phoenix sword. It's also just pop target. You can't really. I mean, you can trade with it, but it's not the easiest. I would say.
Fuel at 0%.
Okay, so I guess KDCM was happy to just push Mantra back a bit, and they've just taken Theta, and I'm assuming they will just play this game slow from now on.
Right.
Attack is primary. Target spotted.
So strategy-wise, the play that Mantra's doing is a lot more conventional, I would say. Like 2 Corsairs is pretty standard. Corsair, Stalker, Battlemaster, those are mechs you see a lot on Caustic. I guess the overcharge is probably like just the new kid on the block, but
New
heavy
target
metal
acquired.
is a bit uncommon, I will say. Not saying it's a bad pick, I think it's actually really good, but definitely the more unconventional strategy. We do see KDCM very grouped up though with these 4 mechs, like the 3 Phoenix Hawks, the longbow. So the strike actually disrupts a lot of their mechs and not just one as it would on like on any of the Mantra mechs. Like any strike on Mantra only disrupts one mech. This RT strike actually pushed all 4 mechs that were in Delta 3 away.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, so far the trades are looking good for KDCM. They are generally up. It is interesting to me that I think Gwentler is the Corsair that is actually sitting further in the back, and he is the more beat-up Corsair, while Winter's Rigger
He was closer to the gamma push from KDCM, so he took the brunt of that push, while Winter's Rigger was farther away. So Winter's Riggers had to push up to support.
Yeah, but at the same time, Winter's Rigger is, I mean, at least nominally, the mech that would be looking towards the Highlander and the Vulcan. I mean, he's not
Looks
doing
like
that. He is sitting on the
Mantra's
offside of the hill.
Mantra's pushing with its Ravens and Vindicator.
Yep, and they are going for Yorm. I think they will probably get Yorm. Like, he decided not to run. It's a very slow
Yeah,
Vulcan
that's a
as
slow
well. Like,
Vulcan.
it looks very ponderous. And these are actually like broadly short-range mechs. But they still have to respect the Highlander. And the Phoenix Hawks have
Yes.
also rotated over, and they didn't get punished a lot. Like, they got there basically for free. I mean, Zoneron might have taken some shots, but it's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the mechs of Mantras kind of took a beating.
Okay, the Corsair has an angle to support.
It's also a bit disjointed, I feel, because
Bowser's
Xanderpeach is like on the other side of the map. He is literally over 2 kilometers away from the closest KDCM mech, and they should know that the overcharge is probably the mech closest to the 3 line right now. So they should be aware that every KDCM mech is far on the right side of this game right now. That being said, the Phoenix Hawks are shifting back. I don't know that I would have done that. I probably would have just kept pushing with 6 mechs into 4. But instead, KDCM is sending their mediums to deal with the Corsair and the Vindicator on the left side.
Yeah. They are slowly pulling ahead on caps, but it does really depend on these traders. Looks like Mantra is grouping up again to contest these long-range mechs.
I mean, if the Phoenix Hawks were to go for the Vindy and the Corsair, what we should be seeing on the other side is Mantra just full sending it. And they are sending it again. I don't know if they are like really committed to this push, but this time they will get Yorm. Like, I would be surprised if they don't.
Yeah, and they'll
honestly,
probably get
KDCM should
Bowser.
just go and pick,
Yorm is down.
KDCM should go and pick one of the like isolated mechs. They shouldn't try to get back to where Yorm died. And Yorm's dead. He's not coming back because you get
Bowser's
that, right?
legged, so. And
I mean,
they are
Magazine
pulling back.
On the Highlander, and they dice.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Quapix.
now you have 3 Phoenix Hawks against like 3 Mantra mechs if Mantra wants to fight there. I mean, they don't seem to be willing to do that. Like JBV pulled out really early. Maybe he is close to dying, but now they're kind of selling Quaps, which they didn't really have to. But yeah, I think this was KDCM's game to lose. And I think they can still pull it back, but the Phoenix Hawks should have killed what is on their side instead of running across the map, doing nothing.
Yeah. Quapix is still behind their lines. They haven't spotted him. He did stand on Epsi for a moment.
I mean, if they get those 2 kills for free, then this game's over. Like if they don't even get Quarks, that is really bad. Because now he's behind them, that is going to maybe take a side toss off of Stool Softener.
Apex
Oh
is
no, they're going
open.
legs. So, but yeah, I mean, you can also kill him with side toss, I think.
Zoner on 1 touch. Gets away.
Oh, the overcharge is behind Xander Peach, but can't pitch up to shoot him.
J down. B gets him. Apex down. Rhoda is pushing in.
Yeah, if you get that close with the overcharge, your main weapon are the smalls, but
Xander
Theta
Peach
is controlled by the enemy.
gets Rhoda.
Trams is still relatively fresh. It spread the damage really well, but it's going to be tough. Zoneron is 1 touch CT.
Stool is lagged. Stool is down. Rem gets him. Oof. Just needs to get in.
The enemy
Rem
has
gets
got
Zoneron.
enough resources.
GG's.
We failed.
Yeah,
Bad
I think
mantra.
that was KDCM's game, honestly.
Yeah, but there's a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. There
Yep.
was a lot of back and forth.
Well, 2 kills for Copex, 430 damage. 600 damage for Gwentler and the Corsair. Just able to stay alive and scratch him down. 470 for JBV and 1 kill. Not Xander Peach gets 1 kill, 270 damage. 2 kills for Trem, 444 damage in the Vindicator, and Winter's Rigor, 525 damage on the Corsair. That's just, yeah, just a lot more damage, a lot more range. That's how this map goes. And a lot of 300s and 330, 360 damage for Stool Softener. 330 for Bowser and the Highlander. 300 for the Sniper Vulcan. And the Phoenix Ox and the Longbows. 360 for Rhoda and the Longbow. Yeah. Tough match.
Just let me know once the map strat is up so I
Okay,
can.
it's up.
Okay. So, and you see Caustic, right? You see all the little X's.
Yes.
Anyway, we saw KDCM kind of play a split strat here. For the most part, like I think that is how it was envisioned anyway. While Mantra played a pretty standard Caustic game, I think. So we had the Phoenix Hawk and the Longbow push the free line, and we had the Vulcan and the Heavy Metal sit on Echo 6. And yeah, that is actually, like, the positions initially were really nice, and it felt like KDCM got the better of Mantra. Like the 4max on the left side did a number on Gwentler's Corsair, and the Highlander and the Vulcan kind of had free reign off the right side of the map because Winter's Rigor went down the hill. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that he did something wrong with that, of course, but when you're abandoning your trade spot, you are kind of saying to the traders you would usually be checking that they can just do whatever they want. So this Vulcan and this Highlander can basically do whatever they damn well please. So they force the Ravens back from Theta. And at that point, Mantra kind of loses their win con, right? They hold Kappa, they want to have their survivable Pop-Tarts around Theta, and then they just want to play it like slow. But KDCM puts a lot of pressure onto them, forces them back, takes Theta, and has 2 mechs that can do basically whatever they want. Maybe they didn't have like any targets, I don't really know, but it is bad enough that Mantra is like, okay, we need to deal with this, and actually sends 3 mechs down the 6 line to try and kill Yorm. and they don't manage to get him. I think they should have committed to that, but KDCM moves all their stuff to the right side of the map. Like the longbow, the Phoenix Hawks, everything goes to Echo 5, and they defend against this push. Yeah, and then Mantra falls back, kind of resets. And at this point, I think they are like 10 health percentages down per mech, on a per mech basis. So they are really behind. And KDCM just really relaxed, resets to the previous position, keeps the pressure up. But Mantra just does the same thing again, gets Yom, gets Bowser, and KDCM kind of repeats the same play, which I think is just not the thing to do. Like, it worked last time because Mantra's mechs needed to stay in this area to do anything worthwhile, right? They needed to stay there to kill Yom and Bowser. But at the same time, like, are the two Ravens and the Vindicator going to kill Yom and Bowser faster than your 3 Phoenix Hawks and Overcharge kill the Vindy and the Corsair that are still back in Bravo 3, Bravo 4? Probably not. You should have they should have just traded the mechs at the first opportunity. Like, just these two for these two,
They're locked.
and then they keep going and kill everything.
We are launching.
Yeah. I don't know. This is like I don't want to say it's a common mistake because that makes it seem like it's something that is like trivial, but it is always like the basic reaction to be like, oh, we should go back together and help these guys. But in 9 out of 10 cases, the right call is to make the cross map play and take something else off of your opponent instead. Like, get something of theirs instead of trying to keep yours. It's just easier. Like, you're already there. You're already close to what you want to do. You're not running somewhere for nothing.
Right. Okay, on Mantra's side, we have Rimsalisis and a Cicada 3F. Let's see what's on it. 2 ER PPC, Winter's Rigor Banshee 3M with 6 ER large. Alexander Peach and a Vindicator with 2 ER PPC, 5 small. JBV and a Raven going to Theta with the snubs, Cicada 3F. Cal, 2 ER PPC. Seen him playing that a lot. And Gwentler and a Corsair 7A with Goss and ER large. For KDCM.
Yeah, okay, so for KDCM, we have a Grasshopper 5N, 3 Cicada 3F, a Banshee 3M, and a Jester. I already checked the Banshee. The Banshee of KDCM's is 4 EPPCs. The Grasshopper is obviously 3 PPCs. The Cicadas are all 2 PPCs. Well, EPPCs, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Jester is 5 large.
Yeah.
So I was about to say, like, are they all
long range? Yep.
large? I mean, they're all long range.
Yeah, ER
All of them are
PPC
long range,
and ER large.
but it could have been like all EPPCs, and that would have been really funny to me. But it's close. They are.
Yeah, Bowser's getting a little beat up by is this Trem, Lysis, and the Cicada.
Artillery strike.
Gwentler again in such a defensive position. Like, they are really respecting KDCM's reputation as like a pushy team that will not hesitate to just NSR you.
Right.
They haven't done that today. But still, like, this is at least 1,700 meters to like the people he is trading with.
Mm-hmm.
So I would really like it if he just went like 1 hill closer. Like, all that health he has lost, he probably lost to strikes. Because at this distance, like, the EPPCs from all these mechs are dealing like 3 damage apiece to him. So they are probably busy doing something more productive. And he is sitting at the ass end of nowhere. Also, interesting how the Banshee is kind of, I mean, I don't want to say an adaptation because, like, it's not really adapting to anything. It's just that the patch changed the way that Banshee mounts are filled.
Mm-hmm.
So now you fill the high mounts first. And yeah, on the Banshee 3M, that means you have a lot of really high mounts.
Artillery strike
And
online.
yeah, the Banshee has bad hitboxes, but so does the other mech you would play instead, right? Because this is kind of a Battlemaster replacement. And compared to Battlemaster, yeah, Banshee has shitty hitboxes, so does the Battlemaster. Yeah, Banshee has like range quirks, heat quirks, cooldown quirks, they have it all. And they have bigger armor quirks, so if you can pay the tonnage, it's not a bad idea to bring a Banshee right now. I think they probably also have worse agility though, so like, it's not strictly better, but it's definitely a good pick. So I'm not surprised to see both of them.
Dual Softener eats a strike.
New target acquired.
A lot of airstrikes. This map. Mantra slowly rotating up.
Oh, it's so good that I'm not streaming. I just saw Bowser try to shoot a UAV with his ear peeps, but they are mounted so high that he can't. Oh, he's alphing all four, so it's 4 ear PPCs with a bunch of single heat sinks. Has to be. Really interesting, like 40 pinpoint with really high velocity in good mounts. I guess the nice thing about it is ease of use though, because you could already do that with light gauze, your PPC.
Target acquired.
Get hit by zone
New
around.
target.
Here we see like a little skirmish on the 6 line with Jay trying to pop tart the Mantra pilots in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Airstrike online. New target.
But I
by
mean,
Jay.
Trans doesn't look like he's too beat up, even though there's Zoneron and Jay kind of matching him.
Having to
Yeah,
fight.
I think this is just going to be a very slow game because like none of these guys have like really punchy weapons, except maybe Gwentler.
Right.
But like, Gwentler is sitting at the edge of the map. Like right now, he's at 1,300 meters to Stool Softener, 1,200 to J. And like it's Cicada's 3F, right?
Well,
He's
but
not gonna-
that's still pretty optimal. It's an
yeah,
airstrike.
yeah, sure it is. But like, have you played like a trader with projectile weapons against an agile fast mech at over 1 kilometer?
Yep.
It's not pretty. Like you're not going to hit anything with the laser spray.
Well, you know, he's hitting.
Oh yeah, he's shooting the grasshopper though.
You can hit cicadas too. They're unfortunately pretty big.
I mean, I played this against A6 like 3 days ago or so.
Okay, well,
it's
Rhoda's down. The grasshopper is down. Stool softener. Last one on this flank. Cal is pushing forward. Wentler is still getting struck. Wentler at 54%, but able to scratch across the map. Bowser is getting pushed, so Mantra is taking this opportunity to push hard on both sides. J 50%. J is down.
I mean, they have the Vindicator. That is like definitely the brawliest mech on this drop.
Oh.
So
But Vindicator is pretty hurt. Bowser down. 3 down for KDCM.
Zonoron's also about to get lagged. His right leg is like the reddest of reds, like ready to go. Meanwhile, the mechs of Mantras still seem pretty fresh. That being said, like Winter's Trigger needs to like maybe he should turn around.
Resource point Theta is ours.
Maybe. Zon is
Yeah,
lagged.
he just
Dormant
took
Gunner
3
down.
back shots
Ah.
without any need.
Softener pushing in. Gets Winter's Rigor.
And yeah,
Sonoran gets not Xander Peach.
Oh, but he's cooking. He is cooking.
The hot map.
Still softness open basically everywhere.
JBV is
And
back
it's
though.
lagged. Yeah, both of KDCM's mechs are lagged. I think that's it. Also, like,
Still
the
Softener
Raven
down.
is still really fresh.
Yeah.
So,
Sonoran is down.
Gathered enough
That's
it.
it.
resources.
GG.
This triumph will provide us huge tactical benefits.
I'm kind of expecting this to be like the ear large difference. Like, ear larges, very reliable. And ear PPCs with this many fast and jumpy mechs are probably just not that good. And I mean, we see the Jester, which is the ear large mech on KDCM's side, with the highest damage for them.
Yeah,
And
for 15
on
damage.
the
Yeah.
Mantra side, the Banshee is okay, but not outstanding.
Cal,
Corsair is okay. I guess maybe
Cal
did they
has
just
been
run
practicing
Elder?
with this Cicada. 1 kill, 624 damage, and yeah, 566 and 2 kills for Trum. The Cicadas with the RPPCs just over time. Doing so much
Yeah,
damage. JVV 2 kills with the snubs.
I'm just gonna say it though. Like, that's a lot of damage for a drop with 3 cicadas and like a couple heavies. Like, they. Yeah, I'm not going to say that they killed them accurately. It was a lot of long distance.
Yeah, over time.
Pop-tarts
Yes, that
getting
was
the
a
lucky shot from each other.
lot
I
of
mean,
pop
lucky.
tarting.
Yeah.
Montra's been practicing that board, so. Okay, and the last map, remind me?
The last map is Terra Therma Crucible.
Okay, thank
We can actually look at that. I don't think there's much to say, like, movement-wise for the last drop. I think it was just all over the place. I mean, there was like a little movement forward by KDCM, but for the most part, it's just like Pop-Tarts jumping all over the place, and then like the assaults are kind of put, but like it was really just people whittling each other down, and then the better aim wins, kind of. Right? I mean, or did you see like, any?
I mean, if you have that many jumping cicadas, that's a lot more opportunities to shoot your PPCs at your enemy. And with the mounts on the cicadas, they can just do so many more jumps and dive down and avoid shots so much easier. The mounts. So I think they had the angles from both sides, really long range. It was really long range damage, but with the jumping on top of their Corsair and other mechs, was able to get more shots off.
Yeah. Also, remind me, that was 5 cicadas this drop, right? And we didn't see any of them before, no? So we are up to like 2 Jenners and 5 cicadas. We're not quite at the amount of mechs that I predicted, but we're closing in. Like, maybe some assassins and more Jenners for the last 2 drops, and we'll get there. I think both teams have used up all their Vindicators though, so we're probably not going to see any more of those.
Team 1 is locked. Mantra is locked.
That's fast.
Yep. Oh, looking out for Therma.
I think for Terra Therma, let me switch to the map. So for Terra Therma, I think there are positions where you can play like trade, like usually the volcanoes, but it takes a while to get set up there, and like your lines aren't the greatest. And for the center, you kind of have these ramps leading up. So if you were to play like bull sharks or something like that, you probably want to be on these ramps. Or like a bolt or anything that likes to ridge peak. The distances here in the center are like 500-600 meters, so it's good for IS Lasvom, but it's also really good for Inesphere Daka. You could even play AC10s if you wanted to, or like UAC 10s, anything goes really. And with this being the heaviest drops, I'm going to expect both teams to bring some Daka, because I mean Daka got buffed a lot since we last saw Crucible in the tournament, I think. And if I remember correctly, I mean, it was a clan, or like a tournament that also allowed clans, so I kind of remember a lot of Kodiaks, but could just be Bullsharks and Annihilators now. I would not be surprised. Yeah, but as I said, Lesbom would also be like not too surprising. It's also one of the maps that is and we had one like this earlier. I think it was River City, where it's like a really, really big map, but you really only need to play like a small part of it. You can play the entire thing, right? But realistically, we are going to see a lot of fighting happening around the Crucible. Obviously, that is giving the map its name.
Almost ready. But yeah, the sight lines are not quite as long as Caustic.
Yeah, it's also like the amount of mechs that are actually able to trade here is a bit more exclusive because you need to jump. Actually, I remember this was also played 2 years ago in the ISC where the LXPL were like really big, and we saw like a lot of LXPL grasshoppers, I think. But it was also played. I remember it being played actually a bit more on the outside, but it was one of the lighter drops as well. So like we saw more people going around these paths and then getting completely shot to pieces
They're locked. We're
across
launching.
the lava. Alpha Bravo for both teams. I think for KDCM that's like a split spawn. Doesn't really mean much. For Mantra, the spawns don't really matter. Like it's such a long walk to get to Theta, or rather to just get to the center of the map. It's actually a bit reminiscent of Polar Highlands before the spawns got adjusted. I don't know if you remember that. I mean, it hasn't been that long, but I mean, if you play it in quick play, it's not that noticeable. But the spawns got moved much closer to the center, and here it's still like, yeah, you're expected to take a hike before you can actually go do anything, before you can shoot the stompy robots.
On Mantra, have Remselysis and a Crusader 6T with large, small, and 4 ER medium. Highlander with heavy PPC and light Gauss. Red goes to faster. Another Highlander, not Xander Peach, with PPC, AC5, and Ultra 5. Leon and a Cicada 3F. Tropics and the Vulcan with just Snub. Cicada has ER PPC and small. So we are seeing a lot of jumpy mechs as you predicted. Not Xander Peach and JBV in the same build of Highlander.
Theta is controlled by the
Yeah.
enemy.
Yeah, I think that's actually, it sounds like a Mantra like classic, right? They like their Highlanders. For KDCM, we have 3 Annihilators, 1 Annihilator 1P, 1 Annihilator 1X, and 1 Annihilator 1A. They are joined by 2 Hatchetmen 7R, that is the mask variant with like the
Snubs and smalls.
energy arm.
Yeah. They have snubs and
then
smalls.
there is 3D.
Rockets. Okay, so we have, there is some rockets.
Yeah, I think this is also like the drop for rockets, right? Like there's so many assaults, and assaults are the mechs that suffer the most from rockets. So the Annihilator 1X is medium pulse and heavy Gauss. The Annihilator 1P is 4 binaries and 2 mediums. And please let this Annihilator 1A not just be for AC10.
It's
it is
for
just
AC10.
for AC10. I'm really sad.
I trust Retta. It's a hot map. Let them cook.
I mean, if you're not standing on the lava, it's actually pretty
Well,
cool.
they're
like,
in the
regular
Crucible.
terraformer.
Moving into the Crucible with those Annihilators.
No, I mean the actual mode of lava.
I know. But it is hotter in the Crucible area. Same on Caustic.
Yeah,
see.
I mean the build problem I have with the build is really mostly that you have to expose the full Annihilator. And I don't know. I think that's kind of dangerous because you're such a slow and ponderous mech. Jay already has 15, 17% now. Like, being the lone
ABV.
Annihilator to face the Highlanders is really dangerous. And yeah, they're doing what I said, right? The Triders are setting up in the volcanoes. And they seem to be like light gauss ear peeps. One of them is like ear large gauss. And then I don't know what JBV's
Airstrike
is.
online.
What we
Airstrike
see Bowser
activated.
kind of on a spirit quest off to the side. Maybe he's trying to get backshots or something. Maybe just displacing the red. Do you see? Like he's
Yes,
he's just
yes.
behind.
Jumping up to them right now.
He has the JJs. Oh no, he does not. Does he? Oh, please don't get stuck. Please don't be stuck, Bowser.
Oh, okay. He takes
Oh,
Bowser
just took
takes
4%.
4% damage. Amazing.
But the UAV is up. I mean, they don't have lockdowns, so I would imagine getting burned to death up there, right?
The red does not have seismic. As a health looking, Yorm is pretty hurt.
Target acquired.
Nothing open.
Ooh. But he's separating from the team. Like,
Yeah.
Mantra could just jump on him right now. Like, there's...
Yep.
I don't think Rota can shoot them if they go there, because Annihilator mounts are so low. The cockpit is really high, right? Like, it's a nice cockpit for scouting and seeing... Oh, Bowser actually got up to the red, but I think he got more than he gave.
Oh, yeah. Bowser is pretty hurt. Bowser.
Yeah, let's actually check out the build on that Highlander, because that looks pretty scary. It's 2 heavy PPCs and 2 light gauss. Bowser also thinks like he can take him. He jumps back up, but I think he gets stuck again and will get slammed down. His legs are still alive though. I want to see Bowser's legs. Right leg is open, CT is open, right torso is open. It's scary.
Gunder is.
Headshot.
Ooh, Stool Softener
He's
gets
kind of
headshot
killing them.
by not Xander Peach. Those Annie's
Yes.
head cockpits really easy to hit.
Ooh, Rhoda maybe gets JBV. Oh, not
Rhoda
Xander
gets
Peach just
JBV.
jumped in behind them.
CT very hurt
I
on.
think that is not a good, like the Annihilator 1A will kill him, I think.
Yeah. Bowser gets to
Bowser
red goes to
actually gets the red.
faster. Rhoda's getting
spreading the
hit.
damage.
Rhoda's
Is Jay
down.
only the 2 mediums? Or what is going on? Yeah, he's only the 2 mediums at
Yeah.
this point. Jormungandr's still alive, by the way. But Trem has still like a bunch of smalls. This is really dangerous.
Stay down.
Yeah, I think just on the like the health percentages of
It's on
Mantra
a
are
run
so
down.
much higher.
Bowser down. Yeah, Mantra is 4 up versus just 1. Gunder down. Mantra will be able to take this.
Yep. I think that is the match win for Mantra. Yep.
3-1. Have to flip the caps over.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think they actually
Trem
need to
super hurt.
before Theta alone will pretty not suffice.
Not Xander Peach
Like,
was.
to us, it's clear that they win, but the game is like, actually, I think you need one more cap.
On very
Yeah.
fresh on that cicada.
I think if Bowser just gets the jump the first time, that might go very differently.
I have definitely messed up on Terra Therma Crucible where I missed a jump and had to wait for my full jump jet bar to fill
Yeah.
back up, and you know that during that time
Command,
your team
confirming
is
that
getting
we
shot
have
too much.
possession of Kappa.
It
I think it's
feels bad.
also feels extra bad when you also just get stuck on the attempt and then like get
Oh
slammed into
yeah,
the ground
yeah,
to break your
I
system.
that's frustrating. Mantra, 4 kills for not Xander Peach and that Highlander, including a headshot. 590 damage. 680 for JBV, also on a Highlander. Just, yeah, jumping, being able to jump and get their guns on target over cover. So important. The red goes to faster, got harassed a bunch, wasn't able to put out as much damage, but it wasn't needed. 566, 1 kill for Trim Zelysis, 1 kill for Copics. 400 for Leon and the Cicada, really good. Rhoda, 780 damage and a kill. That's a lot of damage, Rhoda. Nice job. 500 for Jay and the Annihilator. Dual Softener got headshot. 250 for Bowser and the Osiris and a kill. The Hatchetmen were just so vulnerable at center. They took center, but the Jumping Highlanders, very scary. Okay, tactics.
Yeah. So KDCM kind of just rolled their Daka into the center. Let me tab into it. They just rolled the Daka into the center, took Theta. I think they had Kappa, right? That was the second cap. Like Bowser probably grabbed that before going for not Xenopeach.
Hmm.
But Mantra had like one Highlander here. I think one of them was just sitting on the low ground pop-tarting, and the other one was here. And then they were screening with the crud, and the Cicada was probably up here. I didn't really follow that too accurately, but let's just remove all of this again and just focus on the important stuff. So Bowser runs up to not Xenopeach, tries to jump, fails it twice, and meanwhile the rest of KDCM is trying to push, which I think is the right call, obviously, right? You can't wait for the Highlanders to shoot you to pieces. But at the same time, to me, it looked a bit disjointed. Like, we already saw Yorm push over here with his Hatchetman, right? The Hatchetman was there really early. Well, Bowser is still attempting this jump, right? Like, and that is not even talking about the Annihilators, which were all like still behind Theta at that point. Like they were nowhere near close pushing across the bridge. That being said, I think the 1x getting headshot is definitely key for Mantra actually winning this. Because, yeah, the Highlanders are nasty if you get them into the high ground positions, right? Where they can shoot all the time. But Annihilators are tanky. They are really, really tanky. So, like, if we're being generous and you hit them well, you still need like 600-700 damage to take one down. So, if they hadn't headshot that one Annie, the health percentages at the end might have just looked very differently. I think the Crusader would have probably died much earlier. And I think we would also not have seen that one Highlander jump down to attempt to backshot the Annihilators. Like, that is something you don't do when there's so many, when there's still 3 Annies around. So I think if Bowser gets the jump early, then not Xenopeach can't headshot the Heavy Gauss Annie. Heavy Gauss Annie pushes across, and they just kill the max of Mantras that are behind the bridge. So I think this is like this match actually came down to very small details, not going KDCM's way, I think.
Yep. Team 1 is getting readied up. It's ready for last game of 5 ISC. For
Yeah, and the second to last for Div A. So after that, I mean, it's already decided, like the outcome of this game. So we also kind of know what that means for the game taking place tomorrow. But I mean, it doesn't mean if KDCM wins this last drop, did they go 3-2 against everyone? No, right? What did they play against Cole? Do you know?
I closed that window earlier. Sorry.
Wait, let me check.
KDCM
I can find that game.
or maybe
Was it week 2? No, it's week 4. Coalition against KDCM 4-1.
or
Okay,
one.
so they've already not gotten like 2 to 3 against everyone. That would have been really funny. Like almost winning against everyone, but not actually
Yeah,
ever getting a match
yeah.
win. That would be rough.
There have been a lot of tough close games that, you know, the
Yeah.
wins really don't tell you how close the game was. And
Oh yeah. Also, I think we saw another cicada, and we did see the 3 Annies.
Hmm?
So maybe we see bull sharks now.
Yep.
Um,
Team 1 is locked.
Excuse me?
Team 1 is locked.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You
I
almost.
don't really remember. Did Mantra ever play like just regular Daka?
They brought bull sharks, but the bull sharks had lasers and rockets, from what I saw.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I remember that was on Frozen City where I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, bull sharks. That's good for this map. And then they are like rocket Lasbomb bull sharks. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we have seen them just play Daka. I mean, maybe they don't like it. I don't know. Like, what's wrong with Daka? What's
I
wrong
mean
with Daka Mantra?
they practice a lot with the RPPCs, and they seem very good with the RPPCs, and those don't have ammo to worry about. They're a lot more consistent over time.
Yeah, I guess. But that being said, like in comp, you can get away with ammo amounts that are nonsensical for quick play.
Yeah.
So
True.
I think that should rarely be a concern. Like there are builds that are viable in comp because you don't need as much ammo that you couldn't really bring into quick play. So
But some of
and
these
for the
games have
energy
been
builds,
pretty drawn out. And I don't know. There is a risk there. Anyways, team 2. They are all green and locked. Let's go.
I think it's interesting that we haven't seen any assassins yet. I feel like the last couple of weeks there were assassins everywhere, and now there's not a single one. Last drop. Up, and above.
I'll go to... Not sure which side this is.
Yeah, do you
the
want red or
KDCM. KDCM.
Okay.
KDCM, Stool Softener and Shadowhawk 2K, Giant Crusader 6T, Bowser and a Highlander Heavy Metal, Zonaron also in a Shadowhawk, Rhoda in a Longbow Overcharge, Jormungandr and a Grasshopper 5H.
Yeah. For Mantra we have 2 Charger 1A1s. Actually 3 Charger 1A1s, 2 Assassins, and an Atlas. I guess I'd summoned the Assassins. Like, there they are.
Yep.
Assassin
Serm
23 and 21. I think those are SRAM and SRAM Light Peep.
Small
assassins.
laser.
Small lasers, okay.
Yes, SRM small lasers. That's a fast Atlas. Serm and Snub. Those are fast chargers with binary and small lasers. So Assassin's going towards Theta on Mantra. Shadowhawks
So
going towards Kappa. Serum, light
KDCM has a
PPC.
lot of Yalages, right? Is the longbow Yalage, or what is
I
it?
I think so, yes.
And
Snub
the
and
Grasshopper
small,
is probably also Yalage.
yes.
I don't know that I like that. I think this is like Mantra just has the
Confirming
better
that
deck.
we have
Like
possession of Kappa.
this will be tough for KCM. Just dealing enough damage to stop this push.
Artillery strike
If Mantra just
online.
holds W,
Here come the
this is gonna be
Chargers.
tough.
They're pushing into Theta. Atlas is on
New target
Theta.
acquired.
Theta
Oh,
is
Jay
controlled by the
wants to
enemy.
ambush them. Look at him. He's hiding behind a corner that they need to go past. This can go really well for him, or it can go really bad, because like, the rest of his team is running away, and if they
New target
if they don't have lines when when Mantra goes around the corner, then they can just kill Jay for free without getting back shots, right?
online. Heat level critical.
Bowser getting struck hard.
They are
Being the
pushing in.
Chargers.
Will get a back shot. Jay will get a back shot. What will he do with it? He will get ignored. Oh, actually Leon goes for him. So this is something that Charger should win. He has a lot more DPS than the Dread.
Well,
But at
it's
the same time it has to spare, so maybe it does.
ooh, and Jay gets
So
his
that's
one
pretty good for
headshot.
Jay.
Yep.
He
Jay
has the
gets him.
Shadowhawks. And kill him.
Jay.
The Red actually stalling them for a bit, but it is scary. Shadowhawk, ooh,
Sonoron is
really
hurt.
getting punched. Quaps might go down in a second though. Jay getting another back shot on the Red.
Paradox down. Sonoron down. Copic self-destruct.
The Red is really weak in the back, but if he doesn't get shot in the back again, it doesn't matter, right?
Vermingundor
I think
self-destructs.
he will get shot in the back again though. Ooh,
Yep.
yeah, he gets shot in the back right now by Rhoda.
Oh, here's Rigger down. The red goes to Fasta
And
down.
it's just one assassin. Yeah, this is going to be tough for that assassin.
Weird bug where Leon still appears to be alive but is not. It's
I'm
Cal.
really happy that KDCM
Hmm.
got one more drop to win. Drop win.
Yeah, that was a great.
But I really thought with that push that Mantra would just get them.
Pretty chaotic. Fell down.
Yep.
He finishes it. Job. Oh, KDCM. Two to three.
Yeah. I mean I don't think there's like a lot to say to this
Hmm.
drop either. Like
4
Mantra
kills for
pushes in.
Jay.
How many kills?
4 kills for
Oh,
Jay.
yeah. Yeah, his ambush really worked out.
Hmm.
I thought the Charger would kill him for sure, but I probably should have looked at Jay's paper doll
He
because
played that well. I was
oh,
I was in Jay's perspective during that, so I was watching. It was pretty good fighting from Jay. Kill for Rhoda. And then there was a self-destruct. Quapex was getting shot in the back and just kept shooting. Hooked.
I mean that's what you do.
Mm-hmm. G. Yeah.
Heavy metal farming.
Yes.
650 damage.
Sorry. Yeah, 650 damage in the heavy metal. Good. J 560 damage in the Crusader. Rhoda 366. 320 for Steel Softener in the Shadowhawk. 488 for Cal in the Assassin. Lost Live 388 for Charger. Paradox. Yeah, but they pushed in and died quickly. Great job, KDCM, and great job, Mantra.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like Jay living for that long, like I mean surviving that
Mm.
should not happen
Yeah.
when he's that isolated. But yeah,
Jeez.
Crusader's still scary if you let it get close. That's I guess the lesson from this.
Okay. Well, thank you to KDCM, to Mantra. Thank you, Lumi.
Oh yeah, anytime.
for watching. Please follow Luminius and Aircrown on Twitch. I'll post the links in the chat. I can't raid, but I think MWO Leagues 1 is currently live. It should be. But post a link to that too. Yeah, it is. MWO Leagues is live. Okay. That'll be all. Check out more ISC MechWarrior.
Yeah, I think Jeff on the Buffalo is casting something, right?
Yeah, he's casting it right now. I'll post the link when it gets to that point of VOD. Alright. Thanks again.